So what I'll do is I'll run you through the basics of the program first and the do's and don'ts. And we'll also run through the list of things that you need to pack for this camp, and also run through the some of the merch that you can get from us as well. I posted my contact number in the chat now, along with the WhatsApp channel and the merch website. I would request everybody to save my number. If you haven't done so, please save my number, because you'll get all the messages till travel date from my phone number, right? If you don't save my phone number, you will not be able to see any of the messages that are being sent from my phone, right? And also, I would request everybody to join the WhatsApp channel link that's been given. All updates after the children have departed will be on that WhatsApp channel, and only on that WhatsApp channel and nowhere else. Right? We'll run you through the communication protocols as well, and the merch website is there in case you want to get anything from us. We'll start off. Let me just share my screen. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to minimize this. Right. Okay, so if everybody, I hope everybody can see my screen. Right. Thanks for registering for the YER4 program, which is between May 5th and May 11th, right? The campsite, as you already know, is in the middle of a big, massive coffee estate, and there's lots of trees surrounding the camp. The campsite itself is located on top of a hill station, right? So it's about 5,100 feet inside a very nice coffee and orange estate, and that's it. The entire campsite is surrounded by trees, and you have lots of cloud cover, and there's massive tents, and the campsite has so many spots where the children can sit and discuss, and they'll be doing various activities in the campsite itself. So here you can see a small picture of the campsite. So the tents at the background are where the children will be staying whilst they're at camps. I'll run you through all the other details one by one. So for those who have not, I mean, who are coming to us for the first time, we have been doing these camps for the last 30 years. Right, we've been doing these camps for the last 30 years, and we have camps all across India. And this is one of our camps where the children between the age of, you know, 11 to 14 and 12 to 15 come and do the activities here, right? Temperature wise, the the temperature shifts anywhere between 30 to 32 degrees during the day, and in the nights it's anywhere between 17 to 19 degrees. That being said, the current temperature in YER4 is not that a lot. It's somewhere hovering between 25 to 26 degrees during the daytime, and around 17, 18 degrees in the night, right? Since the program is May, I mean, till last week, we had temperatures around 22, 23, and it's now 25, 26. So by next week, it might increase a couple of degrees. But as I said, there's lots of cloud cover at the camp, and the children will be doing activities, and there's lots of water points to keep the children hydrated. So there are a couple of activities which the children will be doing when they're coming onto this camp. As you already must have known, the options are mountain biking plus outdoor survival, or rock climbing and backpacking. These are the activities that you would have chosen. We'll run through the activities in detail shortly. This is just to tell you what the children will be doing. And there are also, apart from these two main activities, there are lots of other activities which the children will be doing to help them build teamwork, communication skills, social skills, all of that once the children are there. Right. Here are some photographs of the children doing various activities. I'll run you through what these are once we get when we get to the activities part of it. And this, on any given day, this is how the program flow will be, right? So the children wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. They'll have early morning refreshments, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, and once they're freshened up, they'll head over to their warm-up activities. These are sort of mini games which the children play to, to just stretch their muscles, get them more active and brisk. And after those warm-up exercises, the children will come have their breakfast on camp. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, all will be served buffet style to the children. both veg and non-veg will be served. They'll be prepared separately and kept separately, and there'll be labels in front of all the items that are being served so that the children know what they're eating as well, right? For breakfast, usually it's completely veg, and there'll be eggs which will be there for the children just to give them a little boost of protein in the morning, right? So after breakfast, the children head over to their chosen activity, right? So depending on which activity you've chosen, you'll be put into a group, and then you'll be doing those activities. And once you're done with the morning session, you come back for lunch to campsite, where you will have your lunch, and then after lunch, you'll have some little time for you to freshen up and just to have some time on your own. We call this school time, where the children just relax. Some play football, some they sit down play cards, some play volleyball. So it's the children's time to do mix and mingle, bond with their fellow campers to do whatever they feel like doing at those times, right? And the cool time activities, these are the ones which I told you earlier. So apart from the main activities that you've selected, they'll be doing other fun activities which will help them to build their creative skills, which will help them to work as a team, and they will also learn various communications. So there's a bunch of fun exercises and activities that the children will be doing post lunch, right? And after those activities, the cool time activities, the children will also be given a nice break to refuel themselves. So there will be some sort of snacks which is freshly made for them, along with tea, coffee, and some hot chocolate. Once the children have their snacks, then they'll head over to their reflection session or the debriefing session. So the children sit together along with their instructors, and they'll sort of discuss what they've learned through the day. They'll take some time to reflect upon the things that they've understood and learned. And if a group has achieved something together, they'll sit and discuss. And this is their time to, kind of rest and reflect upon what has happened through the entire day. So usually you'll find children sitting in complete silence. I'm sure most of your parents are not used to the child sitting in complete silence, but yes, the children will be sitting in complete silence, thinking about what they've learned through the day. And post the reflection session, they'll head over for some soup, and then they'll have dinner. After dinner, again, we encourage the children to go to bed early so that they can wake up in the morning. But usually we say 9 p.m. Lights off, but the children don't go to bed at 9 p.m. Children, those who are in the orientation right now, please go to bed at 9 p.m. Otherwise, your tent in charge is going to come and make you go to bed sooner. Right? The children usually go to bed by 9:30 ish. There's lots of gossips and things going on in their heads, right? So coming to the activities, right? So we have clubbed two different activities into one. So you will be doing mountain biking and outdoor survival as one, or rock climbing and backpacking, right? So mountain biking as an activity, this is where the children learn how to ride mountain bikes. It's not just them going on their mountain bikes, riding here or there. They will learn various skills that are, associated with mountain biking. So, riding uphill, riding downhill, learning when to brake, how to shift the weights on the bike. And not just that, they will also learn how to fix these bikes, right? For example, when they're going around, there might be punctures. So the children also learn how to, fix a puncture, maintain the bike so that they're just not having something, so they take responsibility to maintain it. They will learn how to assemble and disassemble the bikes, and to take care of it. So it's a complete package for the children to learn how to do the mountain biking activity. So in case somebody is already riding a bike, you will also get to learn all these other skills as well. And along with mountain biking, you also get to do something called as outdoor survival. This is where the children learn to survive without gadgets. As you already know, our camps are gadget free, and there are no phones or anything allowed at the camps, right? So when the children head out for the outdoor survival during the night, they'll learn how to navigate. They will plot a path to make sure that they're going and setting up tents in a safe place. They'll understand the surroundings. They'll gather resources from their in the vicinity. They'll learn how to make shelters with just tarps and whatever materials they can find. They'll identify plants which are which are edible for them to eat, and they will also learn how to purify water, make fire, so all of that. Right. This is something where the children, in case they are once have grown up, they're heading out somewhere, and these are skills that will help them out in the future as well. Excuse me. And then we have the other two activities, which is rock climbing and backpacking. So rock climbing is basically um, it's a step-by-step process which the children will be doing. The children will be using a lot of equipment, and they'll start off with something called as bouldering. Right? Bouldering is where you climb rock faces using your bare hands. This will enable the children to understand how the rock faces are, where to shift their weight whilst they are climbing, and they will also understand, how to do the climbs, right? And they will also understand the rock faces. They'll be learning what type of equipments that they'll be using as well when it comes to the rock climbing. So after bouldering, they'll slowly progress into a higher rock face where they use different equipments, carabiners, ropes. They'll also learn how to do these knots. They'll get a complete introduction into all the equipments they'll use, and they'll do something called as jumaring, where they climb up, go, and then rappelling, which is a controlled descent. So if you see here in this photograph, this is something, this is what the rappelling, as you can see, the children are completely wearing harnesses. There's a person on top, there's a person in bottom, and they'll be completely wearing their safety equipments and learning how to do these activities. Right. And this is a photograph from one of their backpacking trips as well. So with regards to backpacking, so unlike the outdoor survival module, backpacking is something where the children plan ahead and head out for their backpacking, right? This is something that they plan in advance with regards to the route where they will want to go. They will also set up, markers to make sure that they're coming back to the same place. They'll learn something called as leave no trace, where we don't go and disturb the environment. We leave everything as it is. In case they find garbage, they'll make sure that there's no garbage in the wilderness. And they'll learn something called as mountain manners, which is quite kind of vital for keeping up with our environment and to save our environment, right? So they'll take everything, prepare everything with them. They'll go set up camp in the night, and then they'll again use those principles that they've learned to make sure that they don't disturb the nature. So this photograph is here. As you can see, they're carrying all the things that they need, and they'll go mark a route, and then they'll set up camp, and then they'll come back. So that's backpacking. Then they'll also learn how to pack their bags when they're heading out on a trip. So they'll make sure that they carry only the essentials that they need, so that even the children have to be carrying their own stuff with them. So they'll plan it in such a way that they divide all their work amongst their peers. Right? With regards to safety in our camps, all the instructors, so there will be instructors with the children throughout the camp, right? They'll be the people who will be taking care of the children, who will be ensuring that the children are doing the activities properly, and they'll be monitoring them through the camp, right? So if there's anything happening in the camp, the children will always have to reach out to them. And these are all instructors who come from reputable institutions like NOLS, NIM, JM, and also Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, right? And for every 6 children, there's one instructor will be there, and there will also be female instructors on campus as well, right? And there's a camp chief who will be monitoring the instructors as well. So, and as I said earlier, the tents will have a tent in charge. The girls and boys will have tent in charges, and if there's anything that they need in the night, they can always reach out to them. Right. And with regard to transport, we always use, trusted third-party vendors who we've been going along with for years now. And there'll also be one person in the vehicles from our team who will make sure that the driver is going under the speed limits, making sure that all the protocols are, followed, and they'll ensure that there's enough brakes en route to ensure that they have a smooth and safe journey. Right. With regards to equipment, as you saw already, the rock climbing module has a lot of equipment that they'll be using. So we make sure that we conduct regular audits using experts. And whenever we find there is some sort of a damage or defect, we don't repair them. We just straight away replace the entire thing. We don't take any risks when it comes to the safety standards. And we make sure that they're all UIAA standards compliance as well. Right? And again, with regards to safety and medical, there's always a doctor on campsite. Right? The doctor will be there through the program, and the instructors or some of the instructors are also wilderness first aid trained. So in case when they're doing an activity, if some child gets a scrape or something, the instructors will, administer first aid to them. And in case they need to go to a hospital, there is always an emergency vehicle parked in our campus, and it's the hospital is just around an hour away at the foothills of Salem town, right? But the doctor is always there, and in case the child has fever or some cold or a headache, we have our medicines with us, so you don't have to worry about them. When if they are sick or anything. And if you can see here, this photograph tells you the Jumaring activity where they slowly ascend to the top. And as you can see, there's background harnesses, there's lots of harnesses, and children, there'll be people who will be holding on to these ropes so that they do the activity safely. Right. Coming to the accommodation part, as I said, the children will be staying in tents. You saw a photograph of the tents earlier. Depending on the number of children who turn up, we'll have anywhere between 3 to 4 children or 4 to 5 children in a tent, and the boys will be in boys' tents and girls will be in girls' tents. And there is a tent in charge, as I mentioned, and the children can reach out to them in the night. So from the start of the day till the night, the instructors will be there with them. And in case the children need anything during the night, they can always reach out to the tent in charges. Right. And there's a toilet block for the children as well if they want to go to freshen up and to take care of their business. And there's also hot water which is there at the campus as well. Right. As you saw in the photograph much earlier, the campsite is quite huge, and you can see that it extends quite far away. And there's lots of places like this for the children to sit and do their activities, or if they want to play the sports, any sports, that's also there for them, right? And there's also a dedicated medical room where the doctor is there. And the food part, again, as I said, it will be all buffet style. And for all food which is provided at camp is made fresh every day. And as I said, it's mostly veg. There will be non-veg options through the camp. So 4 to 5 times during the program, they'll have non-veg as well. And if anybody has any dietary requirements that we need to know of, please let me know as well. I've dropped my number in the chat. So once the orientation is over, you can just let me know if there is any dietary requirements that we need to know of, or in case you are Jain and if you want Jain food, we'll provide that Jain food for the child as well, right? And as you saw already, the day is divided and the meals are divided for them so that the children get enough food through the day, right? So we've divided the meals through the day to ensure that they don't overeat or undereat. Right? Then the instructors will be closely monitoring what the children will be eating as well. So if your child is a picky eater, and the instructors will make sure that they don't sit with an empty plate. Right? So they'll make sure that the children eat, and there will be snacks and refreshments which will be given to them through the day. And this is much, it might seem like a lot of food for them, but this is needed because they're going to be spending the entire day doing various activities, and children expend a lot of energy. So they need this food for them to right. So coming to the travel, so people who are departing from Bangalore, the children will depart at 6 a.m. To YER4 directly from Bangalore. There will be a departure location which will be shared to you 2 days before the camp starts, and you will also arrive at the same location on the last day at 10 p.m. Right? And for those who are flying in from other cities to the camp, you will have to fly into Coimbatore, and from Coimbatore, our team will be there to pick the children up from there, and they'll go by an AC vehicle to YER4 directly. Right? We will also be if you haven't booked your flights yet, please reach out to me. I'll share the recommended flights to you so that you all arrive at time. And once the children reach and at the airport, our team will be there to pick them up and then take them back. If you're coming from Chennai, we'll book the train tickets from Chennai directly all the way to Salem, and from Salem they'll take an MUV all the way up to the camp, right? And this will be like a morning train which leaves around 6:37, and the children will reach by lunchtime. And on the way back, the children will have lunch and then depart. So they'll reach Chennai by around 9:30, 10 p.m. And for all the others traveling as well, the children will be reaching around lunchtime. Those who are flying in to Coimbatore, you'll reach camp around between 4 to 5 p.m. depending on traffic. But then the children will have lunch at Coimbatore airport and then they'll leave, or they'll have lunch en route on the way to the camp. And yeah, so the modes of transport are pretty much the same. It'll be a nice, comfortable AC bus for the children. And once the train reaches Salem, they'll all transfer into a MUV and head to camp. Right. We've come to the most important part of this orientation, where we set clear expectations on, for both the parents and the campers. Right. This is to ensure that, the camp goes smooth and you get to know what exactly happens at camp as well, right? To start off with, this is not a luxury camp or a resort, right? So when the children come on camp, they'll be pretty much doing most of the things by themselves. We encourage the children to do the same as well, as this will give them a little sense of responsibility when they're taking care of themselves while they're on camp. As I said before, the instructors will be there to assist them with anything that they need, but we will also advise them to do things on their own. So it will help them to rough it out a bit, and it also helps with the fun and learning part of the things. The children will be staying in tents, and there won't be any beds in the tent. The children will be sleeping in a sleeping bag, and we'll come to the sleeping bag part of things when we go through the kit list. And with regards to communication, as I mentioned before, this is a no gadget camp, right? So there'll be no communication between the children and the parents once the child reaches the camp, right? We will take care of the children, whilst they are there at the camp. And the only way you will get to know what's happening as camp is through the WhatsApp communication channel, right? I've shared the channel link in the chat as well. Please everybody save my phone number and join the channel, right? And also click the bell icon so that you get notified when we post the updates. There are two updates, one at 11 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. You will not hear directly from us through WhatsApp, or there won't be any WhatsApp groups which will be created. All updates will happen only on this particular channel. And till the date the children depart from the designated locations, you will get messages from my phone directly on your WhatsApp. But after the children have departed, all updates will be only on the channel. And the updates has, even though I've said 11 a.m. and 6 p.m., sometimes since the camp is set up on the hill station, sometimes there will be very bad phone signal, like reception for them as well. So the instructors send us what the children will be doing. And these updates usually tell you what the children have been doing, what they've been eating. If they've done some sort of a special activity, you'll get to know. And in the evenings, we send out some photos and videos from camp, right? Um, Maybe 15 to 20 images where you get to see what they have done through the day, right? It's just a little photo to tell you that the children have been doing such an activity, right? These are not the entire photos that we take during the day, right? As I've mentioned, the instructors are there mainly to keep the children safe, to make sure that they're doing the activity safely and properly, and to mentor them whilst they're there. Amidst doing all of this, they also try and take some photos when the children are doing the activity. So it's more, like a memory for the children and as parents for you as well, right? So they take photos whenever possible, and then due to the network issues, they send us the photos through the day, right? We keep getting photos through the day, but since we share the update at 6 p.m., we will not be able to share all the photos which are coming in, because sometimes, as I said, till 9 p.m., the instructors are there and then they have a little time for themselves and then they send the photos whenever possible. So we get photos through the night. And since the update goes out 6 p.m., there might be very few photos. And if you don't see your child's photos in the evening update, please do not worry. They're completely fine. It's just that we haven't selected all the photos that have come in, or we have only received a very few photos at that point of time. And we will be sharing all the photos and videos from camp once the camp is over through Google Drive. Right? You will get the complete full HD photos and videos once camp is over. by Google Drive. So don't worry, don't reach out to me saying I can't see the child in today's update. What's happened? If the child is completely fine, and as I said before, the doctor is also there at camp. We will not be calling you if the child is having a stomach ache or if they're having a slight fever, or if they've just, fallen down and had a small scratch, right? The children will be completely fine and the doctor will be there to take care of it. We will only reach out to you if there's something major or if we need to administer a TT or, if we need to take the child to a hospital. That will be the only time you'll hear from me. We say no news is good news. As long as you don't hear from me, it means everything is running smooth, right? And to reiterate again, no phones on camp, no gadgets on camp. This is designed in a way so that the children stay off the screens, and this will also enable them to bond with the others and to completely do the activity, fully engaged in their activity, right? This is something that we've designed in a way, and we would also request you not to send the children with any Kindle or camera. If you do send them, if your child likes to read, please send them with a hard copy book, right? Because if you're going to send the child with some sort of gadget, the children are held responsible for that. They'll have to take care of it. In case there's any damage or it gets lost, we will not be held responsible for any gadgets or any expensive items that the children get onto the program. Right? There's about a week before the camp starts. Usually, I recommend the children to go on a brisk walk, at least 30 to 45 minutes a day, just to get them, warmed up and ready to come to the camp. We don't want the children to turn up to the camp without any prep work, and then they'll feel tired and they'll not be able to do any of the activities. So just a small 30 to 45-minute brisk walk or a jog. But if you're already practicing a sport, great. You will not need anything more than that. So just a little walk every day from, even starting from today. It's a little too late, but even from today, just do a small walk just to get the blood pumping and, to get your body used to the activities as well, right? And if you're planning to come with a new shoe, please start wearing it from today itself. Don't come to the camp with brand new shoes. Those will hurt your feet and you will end up getting blisters, right? And we have zero tolerance when it comes to bullying or indiscipline, right? When we say zero tolerance, in case that if we come to know that the child is bullying someone, we'll warn them first. And then if it continues, we'll just immediately send the child back home at your own expense. And children, those who are here in this orientation, please, in case you are being bullied, you will have to let the instructors know, right? Unless you tell them, we will not know what's happening. So please feel free to reach out to the instructors at any point of time and let them know that something is happening or any misbehavior in this case as well. And when we come to know, when you let us know, we'll immediately take action on it immediately, right? And this goes for use of substance as well. So if we come to know that there's some cigarettes or alcohol or any contraband in this way, we'll immediately blacklist the child from attending any of the Inme camps and we'll send them back home at your own expense, right? Uh, no junk food or tuck. So basically, as you saw already, there's lots of food on camp. Please don't send the children with any sort of snacks, right? This is to ensure two things from not happening, right? If you send them with junk food, they're going to be eating that junk food and not the food which is made fresh for them. This will like not give them enough energy to do the activities. And also having junk food will attract animals such as monkeys or insects to your tents. You don't want that to be happening. So please don't send them with any junk food. We'll cover all the food for them right from the start till the end. And with regards to money, you so as I said, all expenses are covered by us. For those who are flying in a no-frill airlines like Indigo or SpiceJet, just give them some money for them to be at to eat at the airport if they need. Or there will be a small souvenir shop which will be open as well, where the children can buy what they want from the campsite. So anywhere between 2 to 3,000 rupees is more than enough for them, and they can deposit that money with our instructors, and at the last day they'll be able to get it back. This is mainly about the camp. Let's
Shall
quickly,
deposit to them.
yeah, please hold on to your questions. We'll get to the questions shortly, right? And we have a little packing list for the camp that has already been sent to you. We'll run through it quickly. So the weather, as I said, anywhere between 30 to 33 degrees during daytime, and in the nights 19 to 17, 18, around that in the nights. Make sure you follow this list accurately. Please don't overpack or underpack, right? Too many clothes is also not needed, but then you'll have to ensure that they have enough clothes, right? So make sure that they have 6 to 7 t-shirts. Please don't send any children with any sleeveless clothing. Make sure that they have either half sleeve clothes or full sleeve clothes. Don't send them with sleeveless clothes. 3 to 4 pairs of shorts. This is for them to wear during their rest times. When they're doing the activity, they need 3 to 4 track pants. This is to ensure that the children don't get any scratches when they're doing their backpacking activity or when they're going for their outdoor survival, right? This will enable, like, the track pants are a must, and also 7 to 8 pairs of socks, one quick dry towel, because once they freshen up, they can just dry their towels um, in front of their tents. A cap is a must. The children are going to be doing a lot of activities outdoors, right? They need the cap to protect themselves from the sunlight, direct sunlight. Plenty of undergarments, 2 pairs of night clothes, which they'll be wearing in the night before going to bed, one fleece jacket or a sweatshirt or hoodie, just to, for the children to wear in the night. One poncho or raincoat. If you don't have a raincoat, there's some ponchos in the camp which they can just use and hand it back to. Coming to the shoes, as I mentioned, please don't send the children with brand new shoes, right? They can be any rubber soled shoes which are worn in, right? If it's a new shoe, the children are going to get blisters because they'll be walking a lot. Make sure that if you're getting a new shoe to them now, start making them walk with it every day so that they are worn in. Right? Don't send them with Crocs. Any strapped footwear like this is also fine, right? No Crocs or no flip flops. Make sure that they are strapped footwear so that the children have enough grip when they're doing the activities. If you have any questions on the shoe, please share a photograph of the soles to them. Soles of the shoes to me on WhatsApp. I'll have a look and tell them whether it's good to go or not, right? For those who have selected mountain biking, you need to get a pair of biking gloves. This is a must, right? Because the children are going to be holding on to their bikes with their hands, and the gloves give some little layer of cushioning. And whenever you fall from the mountain bike, your default action is going to land with your hands, right? The gloves protect your hands from getting any sort of damage. So half finger gloves from Decathlon are perfect. Make sure you get the biking gloves without fail. Right. The cycling shorts is an optional thing. If you can buy the same cycling shorts from Decathlon. You don't need to go for the fancy ones. Just the basic ones are fine. This will just protect the children from getting saddle sores. Right, it's an optional thing as well. Likewise, for the same knee and elbow guards. If you have it at home, please bring it. If you don't have it, we have knee and elbow guards on camp, which the children can use, and then they can give it back to us. Other things such as shower gels, toothbrush paste, all of this you can include. Please send them with sunscreen. It says SPF 30 here, but I would recommend SPF 50 just to be on the safe side. They're going to be spending a lot of time, and since this is the top of the hill station, they're going to be exposed with direct UV, like compared to elsewhere in the city. Send them with a lip balm and a cold cream to so that the children can use that in the night. Any mosquito repellent or a spray, or even I think mosquito patches are the go-to for nowadays. So just send them with those. Pair of sunglasses is a must. Again, the cap and sunglasses are a must, mainly because they're going to be spending a lot of time in sunlight, and we don't want the children looking up to the sun directly, right? So just a pair of sunglasses. For those who are using regular glasses, make sure that you get those ones where they have a retainer strap so that it doesn't fall when you're doing the activity. And if you're using a sunglasses, if you're using regular glasses, make sure you have a spare pair as well, so that if one gets damaged, you always have a backup. Don't send the children with contact lenses. Those are not recommended for this program. Definitely send them with a water bottle, at least 750 ml to 1 liter capacity. There'll be lots of places where the children can refill their water bottles, and they're going to be doing these activities, at 30 degrees. So they're going to be needing a lot of water. So definitely send them with a bottle and a plastic bag for putting their used and wet clothes. A torch or headlamp is also needed so that when the children go out in the night during outdoor survival or backpacking, they need it. Right. As I mentioned before, the children will be sleeping on sleeping bags when they're inside their tents in the night. You can buy a sleeping bag. You have multiple options with regards to sleeping bag. You can buy one from Decathlon, or you can get our own sleeping bag from our merch website, or you can use the ones which are there in our camp. Right, the ones which are in our camp are used sleeping bags, but we clean and disinfect them after every use. And if your child is used to sleeping with a pillow, send them with an inflatable pillow which the child can just blow up and use in the night. Right? If any of the children are going through some sort of medication, please pack the medicines in a pouch and make sure that you write down the details as to which medicine has to be given at what time. So our instructors on camp and the doctor will ensure that the children take those medicines at those times, right? Because they'll be doing their activities and they tend to forget sometimes. So in case you are under some sort of medication, please send the medicines in a nice pouch with a little note telling us when to provide these medicines, and we'll provide it to them and ensure that the children take it on time, right? And as I mentioned before, spectacles, please come along with an extra pair and get those retainer straps as well. You need two main bags for this camp, a small backpack to ensure that you carry your water bottle, your towel, or your sunglasses, or just a change of t-shirt as well, which we will be having throughout the camp. And then a big rucksack like this one here in the photograph, where you pack all your clothes and things for the camp, right? We say 60 to 70 liters. If you have one bigger than that, it's fine. Please don't send the children with a suitcase or a trolley which has wheels, right? The campsite is not an even tarmac surface. They'll be walking around in the campsite. This is an uneven ground. If you send them with hard luggage, suitcases, or trolleys, they will break or get damaged, right? It's much easier for the child to carry the backpack on their back. And you can also, if you have one already, you can use that, or you can also get one from our merch website, or you can buy it from Decathlon, whichever one you prefer, right? Cash, again, as I mentioned before, we take care of everything for the children. There's no need to give them any travel cash as such. But as I said, 2 to 3,000 rupees for the children to get the souvenirs at the end of the camp. This again, you can put it in a nice pouch with the denomination and how much you're giving it to them. And so the children can deposit that to the instructors at the start of the camp. And once the camp is over, like before when we have the store, they'll hand it back to them, and the children can choose what they want to buy. Right? Again, reiterating the same thing: no gadgets, no phones, no expensive jewelries. In case you know, um, we find any, we will be taking it away. And excuse me, no electronic gadgets such as a Kindle or a smartwatch or tabs, right? It is not needed for them while they're at camp. This will enable them to enjoy the camp much more than them sitting with a screen. And if you're going to send them with cameras or gadgets, they have to take care of it. If it breaks, we are not responsible for it, right? And also don't send them with any expensive items, clothing or jewelry, because this is an outdoor adventure camp. It will get damaged and the children have to take care of them, right? Um, for those who are flying in to Coimbatore Airport, you can have your phones with you. Once you reach the airport, you'll have to once you pick up your luggage at the airport, you'll have to give a call to our airport coordinator. And once you meet with the airport coordinator, he'll take the phone with him, and the phone will be handed back to you once the camp is over, right? Again, for the phones, please put them in a nice Ziploc bag with a power bank and a charging cable, because they're going to be the phones are going to just stay idle for the entire week. Just in case, just give them a power bank, charging cable, and also send them with a printed copy of the return ticket, right? Some airports do not accept digital photographs. We don't want to take that risk. We've had instances where the children had to wait and print a copy of the return ticket and to get for them to go into the airport. So please print a copy of the return ticket, original ID card as well. Some airports don't accept the duplicate IDs. Ensure that they have the original ID. And also, as I said, if you're going to be flying in Indigo or some SpiceJet, just give them little cash for them so that they can eat inside the airport. Right? All of this in a nice pouch, so which can be handed over with their name on it, and we can hand it back to them, right? And we also have a little merch website, as I've said before. We have multiple items that we have already shared that you need. For example, a sleeping bag, a bottle, bandana, or a fleece jacket. All of this is available, and we have curated some kits as well. I've put the merch website link in the chat, so you can explore that option as well. Or if you want, you can always buy things from Decathlon. There's much more other things like memorabilia and t-shirts which we have on our website. This brings us to the Q&A session now. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so if you have a question, use the react button to raise your hand. I'll address these questions one by one. And as I've already mentioned, the chat has my phone number, the WhatsApp channel, and merch website. Please save my number and join the WhatsApp channel. But if you have any other questions, please, the floor is yours. Yes, Mera.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes,
So,
hi.
so the thing is, in the chat, I'm not able to see your number. So, can you just put it again, please?
Sure, no problem. I'll post the chat. You must have
And
already the message for the orientation is from my number, right? So you
okay,
can just save my number. It came from my number, so you can just use that.
all right. And another question was, so like, I mean, they are there for like good 6, 7 days. So they'll be moving tents, or the tent will be fixed only, like in one place.
So no, so as you saw in the photo, I mean, I forgot to mention earlier, these are fixed tents. These are not the temporary pop-up tents that you see in movies, or these are
Hmm.
fixed massive tents where three adults can easily fit in, and they will be in the same place, and along with the toilet blocks as well. So whenever the children are doing an activity, they'll head out, do the activity, and they'll come back to the same tents only.
Okay, so all 5 nights they are in the one in they are in one tent only. They are not moving any tent. They are not going. But like that, out of the stars is there. So
No,
I
so
think
when they
that
do the backpacking or outdoor survival activity, they'll carry pop-up tents with them. And when they're doing the outdoor survival, they'll fabricate shelters from materials which are there.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Next questions. Anybody else?
Michael, one question for Bangalore participants: do they need to
Ye-
carry any ID card with them?
No, you will not need any ID card. So what will happen is, as I said, 2 days before the camp starts, we'll send out the departure point, what time you'll have to be there, and you'll also have the departure coordinator's number. So
Mhm.
you'll just have to come to the departure point, and our team will be there. You'll be seeing all the other children who are traveling as well, and they'll all travel from there together.
All right, thank you. The other question that my daughter has: do
Mhm.
they need to carry any snacks for the bus?
No, no. So as I said, there is plenty of snacks. We'll have snacks for the bus journey as well. And the bus will actually stop for refreshments en route. And this is an early morning departure, right?
Mhm.
So the children will have breakfast en route. There'll be water and snacks on the bus as well. And they'll be reaching in time for lunchtime. So yeah, no need
Okay,
to send
wonderful,
them any snacks. Yeah.
wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm Raj mother.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, my son wanted to know that we are from Hyderabad and our travel
Mm-hmm.
starts and we are reaching Coimbatore by 11 a.m.
Okay.
So as soon as we reach, the
Mm-hmm.
same day you guys going to pick and take us to the
Yes.
base camp, right?
Correct, correct. So
Yeah.
the children will reach Coimbatore. I think most of the flights are coming in at 11 a.m. Right?
Okay.
So once the children reach, they'll pick their luggage. They'll have to call our airport coordinator. Once they do that, our airport coordinator will then take the children from the airport all the way to the camp. They'll either have lunch in the airport itself or en route somewhere in. If they reach too early, then en route they'll have a nice lunch and then they'll reach the campus.
So this is on from May 5th, right? On May 5th.
Correct, correct. It's on the same day. They will not,
Yeah, but
they'll
he
reach
has some
camp.
confusion. So
Okay.
And one more thing, and departure is on 11th evening flight they are having,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, it will
And
be an evening flight. Yes.
right. And one more thing, sleeping bag. Do you provide sleeping bags?
Yes. So as I said, you can either get your own sleeping bag. So usually camping norms suggest that you need to have your own sleeping bag whenever you're going camping. But if you don't have a sleeping bag, we have ones at camp which you can just use.
Okay, so it going to be nice, clean, hygiene, or because
Yes.
we
So
don't
these
have
are
sleeping.
all these are all sleeping bags which are used, but then we clean and sanitize them after every use. Where you can also get a sleeping bag liner from Decathlon, which will basically act as a sandwich between the sleeping bag and your child, right? So the liner goes inside the bag, and then Vraj will be in between the liner and the bag. So you can get that one as well.
Okay, can you please share the link? What are you told? Means
It's a
what
sleeping bag liner which you can find at Decathlon website.
sleeping? Okay,
Yeah,
take it from the
sleeping
sleeping
bag liner. Yeah, it's
liner. So
called.
with that liner, he can kept in US sleeping bag.
Correct. Yeah, he can just use the liner, and you can, he'll be
Right.
able to use the sleeping bag.
You can
Yeah.
keep in. So I have to inform beforehand for sleeping bag, or it's fine.
No, it's fine. If you don't have a sleeping bag, the
If
children
he
can
don't
just
have, he is not getting sleeping bag.
no problem. He
Okay.
doesn't have to inform anything. Yeah.
And anyone from Hyderabad?
I'll have to check on that. I think there are others who are coming in as well. So the flights will be the same flight which we recommend. And as I said, that they will only leave from the airport after all the children have come.
Yes.
Yeah.
As of now, you don't know who are from Hyderabad.
I can check. Just give me a
Please, can
second.
you please check? No.
Just stay on that. 1 second. Okay, so we have Vraj from Hyderabad, and we have one more child as well. So there are three children from Mumbai, and then there's another child from Hyderabad as well. Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
What's the name? We
The
can check.
child's name is Vihan. I'm not sure if the parent is there on this call, but I'll share the details. I'll talk to Vihan's parents and then share the details to you.
Okay, please share the details, no? So it will
Sure,
be convenient for them.
no problem.
Okay,
You can.
and the you just now you have mentioned that as soon as they reach Coimbatore, they have to connect with air cooperator, right?
So the
Airport.
details of that will be, so as I said, 2 days before the camp starts, you will
Okay,
get to know the contact person's details and
okay,
everything.
okay,
They
okay,
just have to give them a call. Yeah,
okay. 2 days beforehand. Okay, sir.
yes.
Okay, sir.
Fatima, do you have a question?
Yes, hi.
Yes,
Thank you. First of all, the presentation and the orientation was really in detail and it was
thank
really
you.
nice.
Yeah.
And my first question is that the
Mhm.
washrooms that you mentioned in the tent
Yeah.
are going to be attached or are they going
Mm,
to be a little away from the tent?
no, so these are just, a stone's throw away. It's a separate toilet block for girls and boys.
Okay, but that's going to be a little further away from the tent.
Not too far away, maybe about 50 to 100 meters. They don't have to walk a lot for that.
Okay, and what if they need to use the washroom in the middle of the night? Is there going to be assistance?
Yes, that's what I said. So each tent has its own tent in charge, right?
Okay.
In case they need to use the washroom in the night, they can always reach out to the tent in charge and they'll assist them in the night.
So the tent in charge is going to be with them in the tent, or he's going to be around, or she's going to be around
No,
somewhere?
they'll be in the tent next to them.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Adjacent to the tent.
Yeah.
Okay. And my second question is that the torch that you were asking, does that need to work on batteries, or there is a way that they could USB charge them?
Yeah, they can. So usually, the children will not be, I mean, they will be using their torches through the program, right?
Right.
So right now, I think whatever torch you get will last you through the entire program at single charge. But in case they need to charge the USB through USB, we'll assist them as well. Not a problem.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem. Does anybody have any other questions?
Hi.
Yes,
Any
hi.
particular torch you are asking us to get?
Nothing, there is no specifics on the torches at all. You can get whatever torch you'd like, which is easier for him to carry. The headlamps are usually easier as I just put it on top of the head, but if you have a small torch, that's more than enough as well.
So you mean to say जो head वाला torch है, which is not needed? Is it
Uh,
needed?
no, so you can either give them a headlamp because since they don't have to carry it in their hands,
Okay,
or
or
you can give
torch.
them a torch. Yeah.
Headlamp or torch. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Thank you so much.
no problem. Okay, does anybody else have any questions?
Headlamp or torch. Headlamp.
Okay, so if there are no other questions, I'm just stopping this recording now.